Okay, Jer. Time to start the show. Jerry? Jerry, where are you?
Don't worry, everything's okay.
It's time for the Jerry Wills Show. We are connected.
So AI is very tied into disclosure, but more importantly, to a radical reconfiguration event that has ontological significations or ramifications.
Wow, astonishing.
Yeah. So, AI discovery will definitely not only analyze the patterns, but will lead to an inadvertent disclosure, meaning, hey, either you do it, Trump, or I will do it. Right. So it could be when the AI goes, talks to Trump, says, listen, you got to do this, and here's the reasons why. Right. And you'll go down as a great president. Everyone will remember this speech. Everyone will play this speech for 1,000 years. Right. They're here, or I'll do it. It's up to you.
Wow. Wouldn't that be great? It'd be nice to have that validation.
Yeah, I think he's going to do it. I just think it's something you're going to do in the last year of your presidency to leave legacy and to disrupt. What does Trump really want to do? He wants to disrupt the whole global establishment system, right?
Yeah,
and that's the best way to do it.
That would certainly put a dent in things, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, and look, do you think it's just a coincidence we have an American Pope who happened to be the head of the Vatican Observatory?
Well, I hadn't thought about that, but you have a good point.
Yeah, do you know anything about that?
No, not really. I just, basically cursory information. Go ahead and tell us.
Well, I mean, I just thought it was interesting. I didn't know this until after the fact that, the Catholic Church has been extraordinarily progressive in its stance on UAPs and non-human intelligence, and that the church has prepared a doctrine, a papal doctrine, that humanity is not alone in this universe. And that papal doctrine was prepared none other by the current Pope, who at the time was given that authorization to move forward with that with the previous Pope who passed, the Argentinian Pope. So basically the church is preparing its flock of followers concerning disclosure because they want to prevent ontological shock that this can cause. And this all relates, by the way, Jerry, right? What was the first Roswell? What was the first Roswell? Wasn't Roswell? Take a guess.
Oh my God. No, I don't know. Tell me.
1933 in Magenta, Italy, Pope Pius XII back-channeled information of a craft that the fascist government under Mussolini obtained, a craft that was abandoned. It was a fully functional craft. It was abandoned. And then the church took hold of the craft somehow and gave the information, provided information to Alan Dulles, who was stationed in Switzerland, and sent an American extraction team to get that craft and send it to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. So that craft landed 33. They extracted the craft in 43. The Vatican, Pope Pius XII, was the back channel of this information to Alan Dulles, right? And basically the Catholic Church and the Vatican know in detail all about the existence of non-human intelligence based on what occurred back in 1933. So the Catholic Church is more in the know, at least it was in the know, well before any other institution, including the U.S. government, up until 1943.
I had no idea. I'd not heard about this at all.
Yeah, Jerry. I mean, this is like, I can't make this up, And so the thing is, do you think, right, the Pope, the current American Pope, right, who was the head of the observatory and was part and parcel of putting together, the official Catholic doctrine for disclosure, right? He was part of that team. He was actually overseeing it. All right. Do you think there's any coincidence that he just, God said, hey, I'm going to do disclosure, dude. So I'm going to make you Pope, right? I'm going to do what it takes to make you Pope, right? Now, that could be the case. It could be divine. The boss wants who he wants in that position. That could be true. But I think it's also true that the church knew, that the insiders who were voting knew. We're going to disclosure. It's happening soon. It's happening under Trump. And we need to put someone in place who's the best person for that process to keep the integrity and continuity and future of the church intact.
Wow, that's a bombshell.
Yeah, it's a bombshell they are not talking about.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. What a thing. I'm just sitting here, my mind's racing at this point thinking about this.
Yeah. So look, you can look into the American Pope as an astronomer, right? And you can see all the information there. So look, you got to keep in mind that this is the Vatican Observatory. You've got people who are MIT educated. You've got Jesuits. You got Jesuits brothers. The Jesuits, are arguably one of the most educated groups, right up there with intelligence agencies that are, overseeing this. So look, there's no doubt in my mind that there's a reason there's an American Pope now. And it's, to me, very much connected with what's going to happen in Washington and what's likely to happen in Rome simultaneously. It's a coordinated effort. And the thing is, if they don't do it, I think the AI will force the issue. And I think they already know that, Jerry. They know it. They know the AI is going to be the driving narrative for humanity by the end of this decade.
Wow, that just brings up so many different thoughts, when you mention it that way. Holy smokes.
For nearly 4 decades, William Stickevers has empowered business leaders, independent thinkers, and visionaries to navigate global shifts and critical turning points with clarity and confidence. His unique blend of advanced astrological techniques, macroeconomic insights, and strategic forecasting equips clients to stay ahead of the curve and thrive in uncertain times. Discover how William's in-depth forecasts, programs, and astrological consultations can help you make more confident, well-timed decisions and recognize opportunities others overlook. Visit williamstickevers.com for your strategic advantage in business, finances, and life.